Welcome to the weekend with me, Steve Savant, national financial columnist and talk show host. Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney said, "If elected as president, I will repeal Obamacare on my first day in office." Tea Party favorite Senator Michelle Bachman has repeated the same mantra as Mitt and her Republican colleagues. But is this just party line bravado? Is there any real chance Obamacare can be repealed? Speaking of bravado, California Congresswoman and former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said Obamacare was ironclad. Her statement was meant to suck the air out of the room because she knows iron rusts when it's exposed to oxygen. With more than half of all Americans still opposed to Obamacare, galvanizing independents to coalesce around the Supreme Court victory isn't going to happen. And that reality may extend to the president himself. No one's buying the ironclad kool-aid being sold in the front of Nancy's house. Well, it isn't her house anymore. But what independents are buying is tea by the gallons, galvanized around the economic platforms of the Tea Party. The independent voters control the 2012 election. The vast majority are independent voters, middle class, and federal taxpayers. If the DNC can't recharacterize the tax as a simple penalty for non-participants in Obamacare, they stand to lose the entire election across the board. If the tea leaves are correct, independent voters are fed up with stimulus spending and high ongoing unemployment. This could spell real trouble for the Democrats in November. But are the independents fed up enough to send 60 Republicans to the Senate? Well, that's unlikely. But what might happen is a narrow Republican victory that could hit the political trifecta, the presidency, the House, and the Senate, winning the triple crown of politics, which would position the GOP to neutralize Obamacare, and they could do it with only a one-page reconciliation bill. A bill that only needs 50 Senate votes, and here's how it could happen. The presidential race was already tight well before the Supreme Court ruling. Just 24 hours later, after the ruling, the Romney campaign received over $4 million, a significant indication of the windfall donations yet to come. This could be the biggest campaign spending spree in U.S. election history. But money aside, Mitt needs to stay on message. And that message is, it's the economy, stupid. And he needs to insert the financial impact of the Obamacare into the campaign, the impact that it'll have on federal taxes, Medicare benefits, and the nation's $16 trillion debt. The swing states are already in play, and they're in play because of independents and libertarians and fiscally conservative Democrats. Staying on message, staying on the economy is what they want to hear. If Romney can remain above the political fray, do reasonably well in the debates, and stay away from the albatross that is Romneycare, he could win a narrow electoral college victory. Current polling suggests that the House of Representatives will remain in Republican hands. So the real battleground is in the Senate. Here's the preview. Republicans hold 47 seats, with 10 seats up for re-election, and 4 of those seats could go either way. The Democrats hold 53 seats, with 23 seats up for re-election, and 10 of those seats are toss-ups. It's too early for scientific polling, but the Republicans could legitimately lose 2 of the 4 seats. So the real game is in the Democratic races, where the DNC could very well lose 5 of 10 seats up for grabs. Under this scenario, the Republicans win 50 seats and Mitt Romney's vice president casting the tie-breaking vote. That's not repeal, but for all practical purposes, it would gut the spending provisions of Obamacare and make it worthless to implement. For those opposed to Obamacare, the November 6th election is the last real opportunity to stop the Supreme Court. And after that, the Republicans can only hope that the apocalyptic predictions of the end of the world by the Mayan calendar actually occurs. Does Romney have a chance of beating Obama? Will the House stay in Republican control? Can the Republican win 50 seats in the Senate, allowing Romney's VP to be the tiebreaker? Is this just conservative fantasy, where all the planets have to align to win? November will be their last stand against Obamacare. Winner take all. I'm Steve Savant. Have a great weekend.